I'm leaning towards Kid Id next, even though the video would probably be way down the road. But I'm thinking Kid Id, man, because that's one of my favorites. I really enjoy that one.
That one's fun for me, obviously.
Right.
Very bass driven. But
so you want to get into a little Kid Id talk?
Yeah, man.
Go
we need to have a part 2 and 3 and however many where the other guys can come in and we can all kind of rap about it. Kid Id, you sent probably a couple of demos, but
I had 45 demos of this song.
Yeah. Each one a different genre. The country western one was it's coming. No, because you wrote everything pretty much as far as I remember, even with the way that the song ended up. But it was all like, did you do it on like a keyboard or was it like programming or?
I've gotten really into doing a lot of writing on piano and keyboard as opposed to way back when I would just record on acoustic. So now I try to write pretty much everything on piano, and that changes a lot of about how you write and how you think about the music. But so the demos that we have now are they sound like Kylie Minogue or something, like electro pop.
Yeah.
And then it's up to the band to figure out how to, make it a rock band kind of thing. But, so I've had this song for a long time, and it was really important to me. I've always felt that. I always felt that this song's really important. The magic for it is, again, going from that like sort of electro pop demo to what it actually sounds like when we all go to play it.
Yeah.
And, that there's a lot of our music that really thrives on a really great, incredible bass line.
Oh.
And
you know where to go to get one.
That's right.
Because I didn't write it. You did.
No, that's not true. That's not true. I wrote like the vibe of it, and then you like put the detail on it. And when you came back with your take on it, I was just like, man, that's tasty. That is so good.
I don't know, man. I think you should go back. I pretty much just learned how to play what you wrote.
but you made it much more hooky and actualized. And so
thanks, man.
When you playing it with Jordan together, that's when it really got special, because that's to me is like that's what makes the song, is that rhythm section where you two are going at it, and then you just add the stuff on top. McPeter's doing his thing, you got Brent doing his thing, but for me the meaning of the song is really, really important, and this touches back into that the idea of the Star Eater. This song is totally about going through life, and the image that I have in my head is like somebody sort of standing in a river, like waist high water, and the river is like kind of flowing past you, and that's kind of time in sense. In other words, the river's flowing past you, and it's sort of like taking, kind of pieces of you as it goes. And when you're young and you've got all these ideas and you want to do all these things. That's an incredible thing, but when you age, that sort of river of time kind of pulls you into, life.
Yeah.
Just a kind of a regular sort of life, and I personally experienced that. And as you go through that, and that river of time kind of flows past you and takes certain things. I think it's hard to, or you have to really try. Like in Kid Id, you have to really try to retain that sense of self, which is just sort of always, be it financial pressures or responsibilities or, things bigger than yourself. That's important. That makes culture and society go. You have to try to hold on to some certain sense of, your self or identity. And that's a, real crazy idea, but I think for me, I certainly just kind of feel that, and on the songs they're just feelings, right? They're not really well mapped out narratives or philosophies or what have you. It's just, this is the way that I just kind of feel, and I don't know how to come out and say time is
flowing river.
time is killing me. I'm dying. But this song is dealing with something really heavy, but it does it in a real fun kind of Tyler Reedy way, if that makes any sense.
Yeah, I mean, it definitely kind of like Michael Jackson, the song, not the man, the myth, the legend,
or both.
There's a certain feeling like that a song can get when the music is really fun, but the lyrics are dark or like melancholy, or like invoke some kind of like nostalgic feeling or whatever it might be. If the lyrics don't match like the happiness of the music or whatever, or the fun and playfulness of it. And I think that like songs like Kid It and Michael Jackson kind of capture that sort of feeling, for me at least.
Sure.
Of like, it's really hard to describe. Because it's like, it's all those things kind of slamming together is like, man, I can't, I've never really tried to describe it before, but like, it's not fully like melancholy because it doesn't leave you like kind of sad feeling at the end because you just had a really good time listening to the music. Yeah. So it's sort of addicting to me. Like,
well, I would have a hard time.
At a loss. I don't know.
I don't know. For some reason, I would have a really hard time with, like trying to write something like that song "Happy" by Pharrell. where and it's a fun song. Everybody enjoys it, I guess. And but it's just there's just this emotional component that I have a hard time going to for whatever reason. I just get dark, man. I can't. I have a hard time with, and even though and that's something I like about like the Talking Heads or something like that, where they have this music that is really fun and you can hear it at parties and the days go by, this very fun rhythmic stuff going on, but there's so much more kind of under the surface, under the hood, that it's not just your average like let's get drunk.
Well, I think you're talking about a difference between songs that are written by humans, like that are writing these songs, versus songs written by committee, like "Happy" by Pharrell. It's like, we got to write a movie for Gru or whatever, Despicable Me.
There's animated penguins that...
this movie is full of minions, guys, so let's think like kids. And there's a room probably full of 20 producers writing this song, Happy. And Pharrell might be a part of the writing process. He might not. I don't know. But, like, I think that's the difference of, like, somebody writing down feelings versus writing a product that is, like, it's molding it to sell. I've been a little bit a part of a process of like that writing by committee with Ansley, because she did that. That was like her work. Her and Clyde were signed. They had a publishing deal, so that's what they had to do, was go try to write these songs.
Ansley, your wife, for the record.
Yes, my wife. And it's just a strange... I didn't go with... Actually, one time I did go with him, and so being part of this process of, like, seeing and hearing just the things that, like, these suggestions... Because it's like you can't insert those feelings into a song like Happy. It can't be like, but sometimes I'm sad. Because no, that's not the product. That's not the product. Inserting any kind of like realness.
Wait, excuse me. Sometimes I'm sad.
Get the hell out of here, man. But it's just like in the whole get drunk, country thing. Again, there are country singers that are, especially right now, it seems that there's a lot kind of making a comeback of like actual songwriters that are, that are the person that you're seeing in front of you. Yeah. That's just so rare. But I think that's the freedom of it, is because like you kind of look at something like what you're standing in the river when you first get into the river as a kid, and you see those big things like, I want to have Happy. I want to have that big song, and I want to have Get Drunk and Drive Through a Mud Pit or whatever. And like, whatever that song is that's selling millions, that's what you imagine. But that's not like, I don't even think that's gonna exist anymore for people who really write songs with real feelings in it. But I could be wrong.
Yeah.
I mean, like stardom. But it's just not. It's sort of the naivety of like how you get to that point or whatever.
Yeah.
And it's that's an interesting image that you put about being in the river, and I am sad now. It makes me really sad. I'm not happy.
Yeah. Well, when you're,
no, but it's a really fitting kind of thing because that actually is a good image of kind of what I was trying to describe of like the melancholy and all that stuff. But yeah, and like aging and the time kind of passing you by and like not understanding. You're becoming the old man who doesn't understand what the young kids are doing. Like, I don't know what the hell a Greta Van Fleet is. What is this?
Yeah.
What do we do? What's the guy screeching about? Back in my day, they were called Led Zeppelin. But it's like, just not getting it. Even like new music that bands that I love putting out, it takes me a lot longer to sort of process. And like, I'll listen to it the first time and be like, I don't like this at all. Like, is it me or is it the band? Are they changing and trying new things? And I want the formula. I want the Bleed American, Futures, Chase This Light formula of every song is, the first song's the kicker, the last
Jimmy
song
Eat
is...
World for the record.
The last song is like the big ballady outro, 7-minute, whatever. So when that path sort of gets veered off of, it feels weird, even though have been in multiple bands that it's like songwriting, and I don't want to do like the formula all the time, but you kind of get, I don't know, you get sort of in your lane or whatever, but I don't know why I went off into that. Anyway, Kid Id, I'm going to get very, it's going to make me cry from now on. I'm going to picture myself in a river just being slowly torn to bits.